Welcome to Fringe Fanatics with Chad Lee and Chris Zane.
And we are back and live on Twitch for the first time for an episode.
That's right.
And it is episode 51. I am Chris Zane.
And I am Chad Lee. Thanks for tuning in.
Yes, thank you guys. Chad, what does episode 51 mean exactly?
It's a legendary episode.
Yes.
Mr. Dick Butkus.
Also the best name in sports, Dick Butkus.
No doubt about
Yeah.
it. Dick Butkus, you don't want that linebacker coming at you, man.
No, some of the most vicious hits of back in the day. Back when you could clothesline people and borderline body slam them.
Club them with your forearm, power bomb them. If anybody hasn't watched any Dick Butkus highlights, he is a middle linebacker. He was a middle linebacker for the Bears. What year was it, Chris? It was like 1963 to 75,
It was
I think.
1965 to 73. You kind of you
flipped
jumbled
him
him a
around.
little bit there. It's dyslexia.
That's what it is.
Yeah, he was a professional football player, obviously, and a sports commentator and actor. And he, like Chad said, he was played for the Bears from 1965 to 1973. He was invited to 8 Pro Bowls, named to first team All-Pro 6 times, and was twice recognized by his peers as the NFL's Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, so if anybody hasn't seen his highlights, just YouTube that, and you will be amazed and almost envious that football isn't like that now. And, I mean, it would be violent, but god damn, he just was a game wrecker. The quintessential middle linebacker.
Definitely. Sorry, I'm over here now. I've got people typing to us. I'm answering questions. Just, what's up?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So
Who is it?
Bones88.
What's up, Bones?
What's up, Bones88? Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
Yes, it's going to be a little bit of a different episode. Chad is going dry tonight because he's getting up early for work. So
Yep.
I'm the only one partaking in libations, and I am drinking a Voodoo Ranger hard charged tea.
Maybe Greg's lifestyle's rubbing off on me or something.
Oh, no, Greg. Oh, it's Chad. KB.
Oh, what's up, dude?
What's up,
What's
dude?
up, KB?
Wasabi doggy?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, normally we would take a leadoff shot. And normally we take this time to tell you guys, if you are watching or listening to us right now, please hit and
that like.
subscribe to us.
Yes.
And as always, rate us 5 stars. And if you haven't yet, please like, share, and subscribe to us on all things social media at fringe_fanatics. Thank you, guys. And cheers to you if you're drinking. By all means, cheers. Chad can't cheers. He'll ruin everything.
Yeah, it's bad luck. You can't do that.
He'll go down in flames.
Drinking unsweetened tea tonight, okay? Keeping it low cal.
And I'm drinking sweet tea with booze in it.
Yeah, totally opposite.
Yeah. Anyways, though, it is time.
It is, man. We're rolling right along. And you know, we are 1 week out from our 1 year.
That's true. This is episode 51. Next week will be episode 52.
What are you
going to
get me for the anniversary, man? I'm gonna be upset if there's no flowers or anything.
I don't know, maybe edible underwear or something like that.
I'm saying maybe a box of chocolates.
Yeah.
That's what I think you're supposed to get someone for.
I don't know.
Podcast
What's the
anniversary.
year? It's like when you're married. There's all those like at your year you're supposed to get this.
I didn't even realize there's special
5 years.
stones.
Yeah.
Like, different
months?
different years. You're supposed to get.
Oh yeah, you get diamond on something.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's because we're men and we're dumb.
Yep. When here's a gift card.
Yeah.
Gift cards will work.
Here's cash. Do what you will.
That's right.
Well, right now we are going to get into the headlines of the week.
Hit it, Chris.
Yes.
Headlines! Get your headlines here!
That is right. It is time for headlines. And this week, as per usual, we are starting with the almighty NFL.
The league.
Personal foul, 69, offense. He was giving them the business.
Yeah, and we're going to give you the business of football. And there's a lot going on this week.
There is.
The first week is in the books.
Dude, week 1 is in the books, man. I just can't. I'm
Week
excited,
1 was
man.
rough,
I'm
I feel
excited
like.
to talk about this last week.
Yeah, I know we aren't excited in the fact that both of our teams lost.
No, but I'm just glad football's back.
The
dude.
Raiders are leading the AFC West.
Yeah.
And
Jimmy G's
the
looking
Chiefs,
like a good.
Bengals, and who else? The Bills all lost to
Bills.
teams not in the playoffs last year.
Yep.
Football is back, and the world has been turned upside down.
And Aaron Rodgers has gone back to darkness.
Yes, he'll go back to a darkness retreat.
We will get into that. First thing, so what we're going to try to do is, if you guys remember listening to us during last season, whenever we started, the format was a little differently. We're always trying to refine things, change it up a little bit. But this year, in the headlines in the NFL segment, we'll basically just kind of cover the injuries and some of the different headlines, maybe rule changes or just, news stories throughout it. And then separate time, we'll go into deep diving some of the games.
Yeah, me and Chad both deep dive a game of our choice, and then we both break down together 2 games that we choose. So we got to find a way to streamline it. Otherwise, we'll be talking to you guys for hours and hours on end.
I mean, 14, 13 games, we could do.
We tried, I think, in the beginning.
That's what we were doing, and we were like, man, how do we shorten up the show?
We can't do them all.
Nobody wants to hear about, like, the Cardinals and Browns game where it's just boring shit.
Yeah, exactly. So we're trying to keep it to picking games that aren't on the your standard cable TV games that you couldn't really necessarily watch unless you found some nefarious streaming method to do so.
Yep.
But we're going to pick games that you don't normally see, and then we're both going to pick games that we were either entertained by or something crazy happened.
Right.
So let's get into the headlines. Who wants to start this one?
I'll get after it.
Let's do it. Let's run through those injuries real quick.
Yep. I want to start with the Ravens, who made it through preseason without any injury woes like last year, but all it took was week 1 for it to hit. Big one with J.K. Dobbins tearing his Achilles.
Yeah.
Yep, and they lost a few other ones. Ronnie Stanley has hurt his knee, did not return to the game. It's looking like he's probably not going to play next week. That's a huge hit to them. He's their big offensive tackle. And then another big one for Marcus Williams, their safety, has a torn pec, out for the season.
Yeah, and then the big news, obviously, of the year so far, we can just call this week Achilles' last stand, because there was a few Achilles on their last stand, Aaron Rodgers being one of them. Goes down, 4th play of his Jets career, had not completed a pass, and he's down for the year. Man, Achilles tore in half.
I seriously thought I was living in a simulation whenever I watched that last night. I sit down, about to do a dab, I'm chilling, and then I see that, and I'm just like, there's no fucking way.
Yeah.
I got Garrett Wilson, man. I can't be having this.
Yeah, imagine Jets fans.
Oh, dude. They've got to be upset.
Man. Right when it happened, I put it in the thread. I was like, that was his Achilles for sure.
Yeah.
And it unfortunately was, which was a huge loss for the Jets. There's a couple hamstring injuries we got. J.C. Horn will miss several weeks with a hamstring. He also has missed 18 games in his first 2 seasons. If you remember, he came out with Surtain in that same class.
Oh, yeah. Joe Horn's son.
Yep. He's not done too well in terms of, the best ability, which is availability.
Yeah.
So he will miss several weeks. Denver tight end Greg Dulcich, who was supposed to be one of our playmaking weapons, will miss multiple weeks also with a hamstring. He missed 7 games last season with the same hamstring.
Oh,
so not hamstring. Good. Also, Pitt wide receiver Deontay Johnson, who was the one I thought we were talking about, not Jalen Warren. That's the one I thought we were talking about.
I gotcha. Yep.
He will miss several weeks as well with a hamstring. So
that's true.
Achilles and hamstrings were
popping.
Strains.
Yep. Yeah. It's just like construction work. Strains are the most common injury.
That's true.
Got to stretch, guys.
Those loba strains.
I don't think there's enough NFL players to do yoga, man. You gotta get out there and get into downward dog.
Yeah, a little downward dog.
A little baby position in the cradle. Back to the Ravens offensive line, their center, too. I forgot to mention Linderbaum. He will get an MRI. I think it's maybe a groin. I can't quite remember what it was, but that's significant. Losing Ronnie Stanley and their center, that's huge for a guy line that has to protect a guy like Lamar
and plus
Jackson.
the guy who usually has all the calls and stuff for protection
that's true.
packages.
Yeah,
so
big point.
That's a huge loss.
Yep.
And another big lineman too. Who was that? It's Jack Conklin. You said
Jack Conklin, who
for the Browns.
Man, he is a pillar when it comes to offensive line. He was huge for the Titans when Derrick Henry was having those big years. Goes to the Browns a couple years ago, and they've continued to have a good run game because of him. And then he got carted off the field, feared to have suffered a serious knee injury, and it was confirmed today. What did you say? I think it was a torn ACL.
I think it was his ACL, but I cannot remember now for sure.
I was watching it live, and I was like, damn, that does not look good.
No, it's a bummer, and on those linemen too, those knees once they go, it's a tough road back.
To come back from that. So let's go to the Packers. Aaron Jones, who had a huge game and on a huge run, also hurt his hamstring.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is what happens when week 1 is basically preseason game 4.
It really is,
guys
man.
Have not played really any football.
So many of these guys haven't played.
Strains and muscle pulls.
Yeah. You got to get out there and you got to have live ball. I mean, that's why I love that the Chiefs do it. You know, it sucks. It makes me so nervous in preseason. But I'd rather just get it out of the way and rip that Band-Aid off.
On the other hand, though, you look at Pittsburgh, who we were talking about, was it last week or the week before, being one of the most productive teams in the preseason, came out, and they look like they hadn't played football.
They ran into a buzzsaw in 49ers, man. That was
49ers
nuts.
are going to be tough.
Yeah, Brock Purdy still throwing the ball.
TJ
good.
Watt, I think, had 3 sacks in the first half in that game.
Yeah, he had a good game. I think he had a strip sack and recovered the fumble, I think, too. Yeah.
What is that? It for injuries?
There's a few more.
Okay, let's get through them.
Let's talk about one that I know you watched. How about how Kareem Jackson just KO'd Jacoby Myers, man?
It sucks. I don't know what he's supposed to do there.
That's what's tough, man. It wasn't a dirty hit.
I thought I watched another guy die on the field because they panned to him. Did you see that part? Then they panned to him on the ground, unconscious.
With Myers?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in the fencing
Dude, he was
position.
like this, and his eyes were just like wide open, just frozen. And I was like, dude, I think he's dead.
Yeah.
Because it was a hard hit. But, I mean, the guy's going down. You're trying to stop him from getting to the first down. And he kind of, like, slipped at the last minute, and Kareem Jackson annihilated him.
He killed him. Dude.
Yeah, literally thought we saw.
It was
another
kind
guy
of
die.
helmet to helmet, but it's one of those situations. It's
The
like,
guy's
how do
moving.
How do you make a stop? It's tough.
You've initiated what you're doing, and he's doing something else.
It's a
and
collision.
Yeah,
That's all it is.
It sucks, but it continues
He's still
to
in
drive.
concussion protocol. I would really doubt that he's going to be back. And he looked good, man. It's a real bummer because
Yeah, he was the best player on the field. Devontae
yeah.
got shut down.
Yeah, Surtain, dude, that was he
Shut
played him
down.
pretty
They
damn
didn't
good.
play him on him all the time, but the times he was on him, he had 3 pass breakups, held him 2 for 5, and I think like 40 yards or something like that.
40 yards. Okay, yeah,
I think
it's not too bad. Well, I saw what the Raiders were doing too. A lot of times they would motion Adams to go to the other side so that they could get him off of Surtain.
Yeah, because they're gonna stay in their base defense. They're not gonna move him around too much, which I think they're gonna have to start doing that. And just go to the other side of the ball, dude. Just play shut down. I don't know why they want to hold him like that, but regardless, yeah, that was huge.
Back while we were on the Steelers a second ago, Cam Hayward, huge loss, hurt his groin.
Several weeks, I heard.
Yep, probably not going to come back for a while. That's huge. That's a big spot for them in their defensive line.
Yeah, he's kind of that pillar for the defensive line.
Yep.
So.
And they needed that because, man, Christian McCaffrey, my running back, ran all over him.
Yeah, he did. He had a 65-yard run and
had 150, I think, total.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, and we covered Rodgers. I believe that's it for all the notable ones.
Yeah, that's all I've got.
And you said Freiermuth. Did you mention that one?
I did not.
Yeah, he got hit in, I think, the chest.
Sternum.
Yep. Oh, I don't know if we covered it, but it just got announced Saturday. Cooper Kupp did get put on the IR.
Yeah, we did not mention that.
Yep.
Okay, yeah,
so,
IR.
Good pick, Greg.
Yeah. We tried to tell you. All right. A couple more things in the NFL. I did want to talk about the new kickoff rule. It did result in a record low 20.5% rate of returns, and also, which was the lowest since 2000. Also, the highest touchback rate, 77.6% since the year 2000 as well. I did try to do a little digging as to why the year 2000 was low. I couldn't find anything. I thought maybe there was a rule change that year because it's just weird that year
just anomaly,
was
I guess.
just that high. So I'm not really sure what that was about, but yeah. So
was surely that wasn't the year where they moved the kicker to where it's
no, because it
up?
was the 35. Then they moved it to the 30, and then they moved it back to the 35 now.
Okay,
I
can't
it's been
remember
on
the years they
35.
did
Or yeah. So maybe I think it was in the 90s that they moved it to 30. Maybe that was just when the kickers started kicking the shit out of the ball. I don't know.
Here's my take, dude. Anytime when I'm watching the Chiefs, I hope they just take the touchback. If you run it back,
there's too many variables that can go wrong.
The odds of you running for a touchdown, there ain't no Dante Hall anymore. Teams got Xavier Gipson, who we'll get to later in the show, but it's rare. It doesn't happen often. I'd much rather see it on punt returns. Dude, me and Samir were talking about it. It's got to be, if being a punt return, like a bull rider. Like,
Yeah.
it is seriously got to be one of the hardest jobs. Like, Mike Rowe's got to cover it, man. Like, I just want to see body cam of just looking up in the sky with the ball coming in and the
then
guy
just like,
sprinting towards you, man. I want no part of that, dude.
Yeah,
Fuck
punt
all
returner
that.
is a thankless job because either you catch it, which is good, you run it and get some yards, which is good, or just the litany of things that go wrong. You drop it, you get hit and fumble it. You
Saw what Sky Moore did last year. Fumbled
you bobble
multiple
it,
times.
yeah. But
Fuck all that, dude.
yeah, so we'll see how that works out. I'm not going to be surprised if in 2 to 3 years the kickoff is just gone
Well, yeah.
and it's just start at the 25.
I wouldn't doubt it, man. It'd be weird to see,
Especially
but
if it stays like this and there's just no returns. Like,
It's like-
really, what is the point?
it's a formality.
A waste of time.
It's just a formality,
It's a waste of
basically.
time.
Think about like how many times the word kickoff is in like the promotion, like
That's
season
true.
kickoff.
What would you call it? The snap off?
Snap off the 25
Or
yard
the
start?
No, here's what you do. Call it snap on. You team with snap on
There you
tools.
go. Promotion.
Boom.
Dan,
See, marketing.
You need to work for the NFL.
If only I could do that for this show.
That'd
Damn
work.
it.
Good idea.
And then one more thing, and we'll let Chad take this one. Well, I'll announce it. Chris Jones signs 1-year deal with the Chiefs.
Finally.
Chad's happy.
Yep, I'm glad to have him back. I'm glad it wasn't for a long-term deal to eating up a lot of money. It's just exactly what we needed. But the guy is an idiot. He has horrible agents around him that, if nobody knows, they don't really have any other prime-time big NFL players under their under their labels. So basically, all of their eggs are in Chris Jones' basket, and so that's why they were banking on him to get so much money. But with him sitting out training camp and this game, he lost a little over $1 million just to gain possibly $1 million.
I think it was 1.1 just for the game.
Yep.
And then all of it's incentive based. He's basically still going to get paid his $19.5 million that he was going to get, but he can make $1 million if he plays 35%, another $1 million for 50, or $1.25 million for 10 sacks. Chad did say there was $500,000 for 15.
For 15 sacks.
Yeah, and then $1 million for first time All Pro and Chiefs make the Super Bowl, and then $2 million if he wins Defensive Player of the Year and Chiefs win the Super Bowl. Which is just not good odds to take and bet on yourself.
Could you imagine in that parlay? Like, that's basically
Yeah.
going into a contract negotiation
and you're
to hit a
parlaying
parlay.
yourself. Yeah,
Yeah,
and,
that's-
and the odds are very hard.
Yeah.
I thought I had some dead ringers this weekend, and I got eaten alive.
Dude, I know. When we were
I
talking
got
about MLB,
eaten alive.
it's so funny because we were just talking about this, like recommending, just do these little MLB easy parlays.
I
It
quit
works.
doing the MLB. It's been fucking me.
And it's tough this time of year. But then you go to the NFL, and I thought for sure, I just did a 4-leg parlay, and I thought for sure I'd hit it. Dude, I hit one out of fucking
Bengals
4.
fucked me on one.
Bengals, the
Yeah.
Chargers. Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, it's tough on them parlays, but it's fun when you hit them. I did hit on CU this week, which I think everybody did.
Yeah, that's smart, man.
I think I saw that there was more bets on CU than the entire Sunday.
They're
in
taking the
NFL.
whole
Yeah.
well, the mouth of the South, Paul Feinbaum, he was saying that they are the talk of, when it comes to the top 5 subjects and topics in college football, prime is 1 through 5.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Let's switch it up. We were going to go into the NBA, but we're talking about college football
I dig
anyways.
it. Yeah.
Let's go into college football right now.
Hit it.
390. Check. Check. Red 18. Red 18. Needle dick. Needle dick. Needle dick.
God, what a collision. If you know what movie that's from, you're good in our book.
Oh, yeah.
That's a little shout out to the Wada boy, Bobby Boucher.
Good old Adam Sandler.
Yes, sir. And I want to talk about, we were talking about Prime, so let's roll right into it. CU dominates Nebraska 36-14 in the highest rated Pac-12 game in Fox's history.
That says something there,
With a
man.
record 8.73 million viewers. In comparison, the Texas Longhorns upset of Alabama 34-24 tallied 8.8 million viewers. That's SEC football, baby.
Yeah.
That's the big boys. And
It's gonna be sad
CU
for-
is right there with them.
Yep, it's going to be sad for the Pac-12 when CU goes to the Big 12
Yeah.
next year, man. It's like, this is what
That's
you
what
just
I
gave
think they were
up, man.
talking about, like, in the top 25 right now, there's like 4 Pac-12 schools, and they're all leaving.
Yeah, unbelievable, dude. It's It's weird. But let's get to the grunt of it, man. This game was so entertaining to watch. So at our local pool here that we go to, little fucking HOA or something, it was the last weekend for it. And instead of just sitting there relaxing, you know, enjoying the sun and everything, which I was still watching the game.
Yeah.
You know, she's sitting there chilling, and she's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm watching the CU game." Like, I can't not miss this game.
Yeah,
you know?
10 a.m. kickoff.
We got to the pool around 11 or something, so I was watching like the second half. But dude, like there is so much talent on this team,
and the rest is coming.
Yeah, it's just gonna keep going, man.
There's a video with there's like a lineman, there's a linebacker, there's a cornerback that are all top five. I think they're 5-star recruits that have been injured. And they're all coming back, and there's a video they posted, and they're like, half the Louis ain't even on the field yet.
Oh, my God, dude. It's just going to get better. If week 1 I was against ECU, I was a little worried about their run defense and just their defense in general. But, I mean,
they shut down the run pretty well in this game.
And against Nebraska, dude, at first it was a little sketchy, but then they kind of gelled and got things figured out. They adjusted. And they just shut Nebraska down. I mean, so many 3-and-outs.
That quarterback, they needed to pull him, and they kept him in there.
That was dumb. That's
I forget what his name is.
You know, karma, dude. I love Shadur's. Why do I keep fucking up his name? That's so
Shador. It's a strange name.
Yeah, but what is he ranked? 3rd or 4th?
He is the third highest rated quarterback in the college. If he was to go to the draft,
no, his ranking to Dion and his
kids. He's second.
Okay.
Yeah. Dion Jr. is first on the kids list. Or no, he's third.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
His daughter's second.
Yeah. Then
Shador. And then, like, the other ones just – so, yeah. What we're talking about is we saw a post that was posted right before we started going. Deion Sanders was posting about his son Dion Jr. doing something cool and talking about how all this great shit he does. And then he posts his power rankings of his kids.
Of his kids.
Yeah. So it's like Dion Jr., his daughter, Shador, and then –
you got to earn his love.
Shiloh, I think it was 5th or something.
Shiloh was like the last one, man.
So Shiloh needs to pick it up.
Yep.
But, yeah, so – But everything's a competition to
Folsom
Dion,
was lit up. I mean, they had celebrities up in that game. I know Prime invited Stephen A. Shannon Sharp was in attendance. I know there was a few others.
KCP was there. Peyton Watson
was there.
That's right.
I did see them.
The head, is he the trainer or something for the Nuggets was there.
That's cool. You know, Christian Brown went to the Jayhawks game.
Derek White was there, the NBA player.
Oh, wow.
Because he was a former CU buff.
Oh,
and
cool.
And then another CU players there with the CU players now. Nice. They were all on the sideline. Shannon Sharp, Michael Irvin.
Michael Irvin was another one.
Stephen A.
Yep.
A whole bunch of people.
And then Prime slept in his office because he wanted to wake up and see the field.
Yeah.
Dude, I love it, man.
Again, dude, did you watch that pregame speech?
I didn't, no.
Oh, he's talking about his personal. And he's like, you know, you're going to come out here, you're going to talk about a man's kids. It's personal.
Damn.
He's like, you talk about his wife. It's personal.
Yep.
And he's like, and that man went out there and talked about my kids. And everybody in the room's like, it's personal. And I was like, dude, this shit gives me goosebumps every fucking time, dude.
Could
just
you
like,
imagine
oh, God, I want to be in that room. Just like, let's go fuck somebody up. Woo!
Oh, my God. He gets these teams just so fired up and ready to go,
We
man.
talked about the other week when, he was talking about we coming. And they had the whole like pregame thing, and it was like, we coming. He's like, we ain't coming no
we're
more.
Here.
And the whole team's like, we're here.
We're
and I was
here.
like, holy shit, dude.
Who do they take on next week?
It is CSU, and college football in America will be there Saturday morning.
CSU?
CSU. Colorado State University.
Colorado State University.
Yeah, the Rocky Mountain Showdown.
Are they still playing that at Mile High?
No, I think it's at Folsom. I think they lost their contract for that.
That
I think they
sucks.
started over in like 5 years or something. I don't remember.
I see. Yeah, because I remember they used to do that at Mile High.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Rocky Mountain Showdown. No, it's at Folsom because that's why college football. Is it college football morning in America? What is it called?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh,
the big shows there,
dude. What's nuts? If nobody knows, First Take. This is how big Colorado is taking the nation on storm. First Take is coming to Boulder on Friday morning, and Prime's going to come and do the show. It's fantastic. And Shannon Sharp normally just does Mondays and Tuesdays on First Take, but he's going to come again on
Club
Friday.
Shay Shay.
Dude, he's made First Take a lot more watchable. I recommend
the
it
best
highly.
thing was the first day when you kept calling him Skip. Hey, Skip, God
Yep. So Pat McAfee came on there today because he's going to start doing Tuesday segments, and the first thing he did was accidentally call Stephen A. Skip, just fucking with him, man. Oh, it was great.
That's funny.
But man, it's just unbelievable how much talent is on this team. I mean, we can go down the list with Jimmy Horn, Weaver. Their wide receiver looks like the number one wide receiver.
Oh
now.
yeah. And then you've got Travis Hunter playing both ways again, almost the entire game. He had some pretty impressive pass breakups. He had a couple good downfield catches, but not nearly as impressive as the first game. But still, dude's playing in almost the entire game.
He's averaging, I think, 41 more snaps than the second highest in the nation.
Yeah.
That's how many snaps he's averaging more than everybody else.
He's basically playing 2 games to everybody's one.
That's a good way to put it, yes. And apparently he doesn't get tired.
Yeah, and you wanted to talk a little bit more about the Texas upset of
I watched
Alabama.
a lot of that game.
I did not watch
pretty much all of it. It was awesome because I love to see Alabama lose.
Yeah.
Sorry to my cousin John. It's just the way it is, man. But I just... Saban has been the GOAT. It's like watching the Patriots lose. And coincidentally, or ironically, whatever, Saban is best friends with Belichick. So
yeah,
it works out. And yeah, that quarterback for Alabama that they got, he does not look ready.
No. Yeah. Well, you knew something was going to happen. You start losing all these guys year after year. If you don't have one waiting in the wings, you're screwed.
Yep.
Might be seeing that with LSU too.
Yeah.
Possibly with Clemson as well.
I did see a stat that was the first time Nick Saban has lost a home game by double digits since when he was the LSU coach in 2003, I want to say it was, to Florida.
Wow.
Fucking nuts. 20 years, man.
Yeah, must be cool to just win all the time.
Just all the time, man. Just best program. Unbelievable. But yeah, that's huge. Alabama, I don't know I don't have the college rankings up right now, but I know Texas jumped up real high after that.
I
think they're number 4.
I know CU's at 18 now.
Yep, that is pretty sweet.
Yeah.
And then just real quick, I didn't get a chance to watch this, but I know they just beat up on a shitty school, but it was like 56 to something. I think the second week in a row they put up 50 points, but USC and Caleb Williams is continuing that Heisman reign.
Yeah, he's one of the other ones that's above Shador right now. He's number 1.
How interesting is it that his dad came out and said, if the right situation doesn't look right, basically saying if the Cardinals tank to get number 1,
well, that's the
he'll
thing
come back
with the NIL now, dude. You can make. Why
I love
leave?
it, dude.
Why leave?
And look what Colorado's doing.
Yeah.
Look at Texas and Alabama. Look how exciting college football. You're starting to watch college football again, dude. Like,
I will be watching every CU game this year.
Yep.
I'm in full.
And for the
fully
past
in.
3 years, I've steadily got more and more into it. And now, like, I'm watching. I watched the CU game, and then I always try to watch 2 other games at least. And it's fantastic, dude. I love it, man. College football is in a good place right now.
Yeah, I definitely think with the playoff, although we've talked about there needing to be more teams, they're going to 12. We think 8 would be better, but they're finally starting to get it to be more watchable.
Did we find out when they're going to the 12 team? Is it this year? Or
I
next?
thought it was in 2025.
That's what I thought too.
It's a ways away. But one thing I did want to talk about while Chad looks that up, this is a little bit of a touchy subject, I guess, but I wanted to talk about it just because of how it relates to CU and where CU is now. Not many of you know, but Midnight Mel Tucker, as we call him here in Colorado, he has now been suspended by Michigan State after, and this is where it gets crazy, after being accused of sexually harassing a sexual assault awareness speaker, Brenda Tracy. So he sexually harassed someone who was specifically telling him not to sexually harass people.
Sounds like an episode from The Office, man.
Yeah, he says it's a sham, but
I think he's channeling his inner Michael Scott, maybe.
He's currently suspended. The investigation is underway, and it's obviously enough to suspend him right now. The reason we call him Midnight Mel, and the reason this ties to CU, I believe in 2018, he was hired as CU's head coach, coming off of being Georgia's defensive coordinator. I think he was here for maybe 6 months, got a whole bunch of kids, went to their houses, made them commit to CU, and then all of a sudden, Michigan State comes along with a better offer.
And he bails.
And in the middle of the night, he leaves CU and flies to Michigan State to take the job. What a bullet has been dodged, and thank the gods that he did not become the coach, because he would probably still be here and Dion would not be here. So Thank you, Midnight Mel.
Just as
and
a little
good luck with
preview.
your issues.
Yeah, fuck you, Mel Tucker. Karma came back
Yeah.
and bit you in the ass
That
just
sucks.
on your own account and
Yep.
you being a dumbass. And, you know, it's crazy. Michigan State used to be a good program, you know, even just like 5 years ago. And, man, they haven't done shit in a long time.
No, he was supposed to be the one to turn the program around, and since he's been there, they've been kind of meh.
Yeah,
Not
just
that good, so.
less than stellar.
Now he's gone.
Real quick, I want to give you guys a little bit of a preview. We're not sure quite when it might happen, maybe a week or two, but we are going to have on a local Colorado Buffs expert. We'll be calling him, but maybe your future boss, Dave.
Oh, Dave.
Dave Timmons has been a diehard. He's the most knowledgeable Buffs fan that I know. Been following the Buffs since 1978 when they used to wear, I guess, like blue uniforms.
I didn't even know
I didn't even know that either.
He actually gave us, you can see it right here, this
Yep.
University of Colorado Golden Buffaloes sign.
Yep.
Old school. He
It's
gave
official.
us that. Yeah, and as Chad said, hopefully I will be working underneath him and with Chad Lee here in a week or so.
That would be
so.
cool. But, dude,
that's the
he's like
plan.
an encyclopedia when it comes to Buffs. I mean, because
Yeah, he was talking about stuff when I was doing the interview. I was like, I don't even I
I know.
idea about any of
He-
it. I
he
remember
gets
some of that.
really into it because I've met people that like college football a lot more than NFL, and he's definitely one of those guys.
Yeah, there are those people, and I don't get it, but there's those people who just like love
Yep. That
love
is the way
college
it is.
football. They think
Yep.
the NFL is bullshit, but
Fair enough.
yeah, what are you
To
gonna
each
do?
their own.
Let's move in to the NBA. Or do you have anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Did you
man.
find that thing you were looking for?
Oh, thank you for reminding me.
There
It
we
is
go.
next year that we go to 12 teams. So this year it still will be 4 teams.
Okay, that's a big jump all of a sudden. But anyways,
Yeah, it's
on
not
to
good.
the NBA. I'm gonna watch this too.
We should watch this, man. Yeah.
Oh, you know, we forgot to talk about our week. We got right into it.
We really did.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Maybe we'll do that after the music break.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'm burning.
I'm burning.
Oh, you're burning.
That's right. It is time for the NBA, and we're going to start with FIBA. We got FIBA news. It's over. The World Cup is done. Dennis Schroeder, FIBA MVP in Germany, ends USA's chances for gold 113-111 in the semis. Germany then goes on to beat Serbia for the gold 83-77. Serbia takes the silver, and Canada beats the U.S. in an overtime thriller, 127-118 for silver. Dylan Brooks had 39 points in that game, absolutely made a statement against the U.S. And this is the second consecutive World Cup that the U.S. has failed to medal.
Yeah, it was pretty embarrassing. I watched that game actually on Friday because it was like 8, you know, we couldn't figure out the time, and I guess it happened to be 8:40 in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
We were
12 hours
way
off.
wrong. So I was going to
Stupid
turn
Americans.
on First Take, and I'm like, oh, shit, this is on. I think I'd rather watch this. And, damn, it was pretty unfortunate because they were down by like 5 points with like maybe 4 minutes left, like totally within reach to maybe win it. And, man, they just couldn't do anything. You know, Anthony Edwards kept trying to take these heroic threes, fell short.
Yeah, this is what happens when you send the C team over there to
That
do
is-
the A team's business.
And how funny is it, man, where all the hype around Austin Reeves? Like,
Well, I mean, he had
He's
that
a cool
great game
dude.
in the beginning, but then what happened was they sent too small of a group out there.
yeah.
Paolo Banchero's playing the center spot, and all these big white Serbian dudes and the
Yep.
Latvian people, Lithuania, I think.
Yep.
All of them, all they did was just hammer them on the boards. They got out-rebounded almost every game, out-defensed all the games they lost in, obviously, but it was just to the point where it was embarrassing.
It was because, I mean, with a guy like Jaren
And now
Jackson.
Noah Lyles looks like he's somewhat right.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Nice.
World
Good
champions
callback,
of
man.
what?
Yeah, world champions
The
of
United
Wade.
States?
That's right. Not world champions at all. Not even third place.
No,
dude.
dude, we can't even beat the Canada.
Yeah, Canada fucking plays hockey.
Canada.
How the fuck can you beat them in basketball? Are there basketball courts in Canada?
I guess so.
Maybe-
There aren't in South Sudan, and they made it.
Yeah, good point, dude. Pretty embarrassing for
Yeah,
United
but
States.
what has happened now is
Well-
Dylan Brooks has awoken the beast.
Yeah.
LeBron is back.
Dylan Brooks had 39 points in that silver medal game. So, yeah, that really pissed off LeBron, and LeBron said that he's ready to – wow, Devontae Adams got lit up on that play. Shit. So,
Is
dude,
this the replay?
Yeah, I'm replaying this game.
Oh, cool. We'll get to see Kareem Jackson kill a guy again.
Yeah, that was rude.
But this is the only good catch he had on. Oh no, wait, that wasn't it.
Yeah, it was
No, that was the one where he leaked out. I was pissed about that.
Man, he did get hit hard though.
But yeah, Kareem Jackson again, dude, coming out of nowhere.
He's just got like a perfect name for it.
Yeah.
Kareem
Jackson.
Kareem.
He's like, I'm 36 and I don't care about my body or my brain, so
That's
I'm
how
coming
he
in like
acts,
a
man.
missile. But yeah, so LeBron's coming out of retirement.
So I've also heard KD, Chris
KD,
Paul,
Steph, the gang is back.
Yeah.
I don't know. This might be a new gang.
But I mean, you got to think though. Are they too old?
no, dude, they're gonna dominate.
I sure hope. I know KD.
Of course, I don't know, dude. Serbia.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
If
We got to
Jokic
mention
played,
how
I
awesome
don't
is
think
it
he's
that
going to be.
Jokic texts that team after every game, man? Because I was wondering, like I'm sure
Yeah.
he's friends with them and stuff. That's fucking cool. He's such a good dude.
There's a lot of people thinking that Nikola Jovic is Nikola Jokic because
yeah.
there was like a scene of him crying, and I think the guy was just trolling, but he posted something. He's like, "How can this guy care more about his World Cup than the NBA championship?" And it was like, dude, that's Nikola Jovic, you idiot.
Get your fucking Jokic's right, man.
It's not Jokic, it's Jovic. Stupid.
Jokic cares more about horse racing
That's
than
right.
basketball.
Fucking-
Get it right,
that's
dude.
true. He really does.
Priorities.
The big thing, though, in the NBA as we move on from FIBA, there may be no more resting of stars.
That's true.
In the next season.
Yeah. The league is going to vote tomorrow on what to do about load management. They've got all these stipulations. Go ahead and list them off, Chris.
Well, for the first offense, the NBA has the ability to fine teams $100,000, $250,000 for the second offense, and $1 million more than the previous penalty for each fine after that. Excuse me. So basically, your third fine is going to be $1,250,000, I think.
Yeah.
So and then it'd be $1 million on top of that every.
But what they're thinking is maybe they're just going to eat the fines.
There's going to be some people. You threw a stipulation out there, which is going to help a lot of people, especially like LeBron James, which is the over 35
And
stuff.
Chris Paul.
Yeah, so
I think
those
Steph's close to 35, isn't he? 30.
Yeah,
I think
he might
is
be
35.
So it's going to kind of nullify it for those guys. You're still going to see it happen. But the NBA and the NBA PA all say that the league defines stars as any player who has made an all-star team or the NBA all-team, the first all-team or second all-team. I think it's any all-team in the last 3 seasons. So we'll see what happens. Thankfully, the Nuggets don't have any all-stars other than Jokic.
Yeah.
So I think Murray might have made a second-team All-NBA though this year. Maybe.
No, I don't think so, dude.
You don't think he made the second?
Yeah, look
It
it up.
wouldn't
I'm
surprise
pretty sure,
me.
man.
But yeah, so the Nuggets are going to be okay. They're not going to have to worry about that.
Yeah,
We'll be
no
able to rest
doubt.
everybody. Fuck it.
Right? Repeat.
Yeah, when all you got Jokic and a bunch of dudes, as everybody says.
That's serious.
But yeah, that's all I've got for the NBA. What about you, Chad?
That's it. You want to get to some hockey?
Let's get to a little bit of hockey. Right now, we're about to hear the tugboat going by. We might have to find another one for this. I was
We
thinking
should
about
find a
looking through
quote.
Slapshot or something.
Yeah.
There's some good stuff. in
Well,
that.
what's that movie with Sean William Scott? I've never seen it.
The Goon.
Yeah, I've heard that's a hockey movie.
There's 2, I think.
I mean, I've always thought about looking up Mighty Ducks, but I always think that's like too generic for hockey.
Yeah,
know.
we'll have to find something. That one kind of works. But just a couple things I want to fly through here. Don't want to take up too much time on headlines. We're getting close to 40 minutes anyways. This is a little bit of a homer headline. The Avs sign forward Tomas Tatar to a 1-year deal today. They didn't release the stipulations of the deal. Tatar is a 32-year-old. He played in all 82 games for the Devils last year. The Devils had a really good turnaround last year. He had 20 goals, 28 assists, and 48 points. It's the 6th time in his career he has scored at least 20 goals. So that's a good pickup for the Avs. They've been needing, especially last year, they were really missing out on those guys who could score goals in the second and third lines. So Tomas should slot into one of those and be a goal scorer that'll keep them out of situations like in the playoffs when all they had was McKinnon and Makar.
Yep.
So that's the plan there. The other thing, and we always talk about, sports shows and things to watch. There's always, We need more things to watch. There's not enough coming out every week and every day. But on NHL Network, they are going to be featuring the Kings on the behind the glass training camp, basically like Hard Knocks.
Right.
It's a 3-part series. It will air October 2nd at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the NHL Network. So if you like watching shit like that, I love watching the Hard Knocks stuff and, any of the behind the scenes stuff. There was the chase for the cup or something, like when the Avalanche were in the Stanley Cup that was going on. That was like coming out as the playoffs were happening. That was super good.
Yeah, that was pretty good. That was on ESPN.
It was like Chase
wasn't
for
it?
Lord Stanley or something like that. I can't remember now. But that was really good. In depth, like going into the locker room after games and stuff. So I'm always into stuff like that. That's why I wanted to bring this up. That is all I have for the NHL. What else do we got, Chad? We got F1 and MLB. And the F1's just telling people about the race.
The race last weekend?
The race that's happening this weekend.
I was going to say there wasn't. I didn't think there was. I tried to find
they realized don't race on NFL opening weekend.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. I just want to cover tennis real quick.
Oh, shit. And guess what, guys? We've got a tennis noise.
Hit it.
That's right. It's time for tennis.
Love it. Love it. That's what happens when people play tennis.
We got to talk about Coco Gauff and Novak Djokovic.
Pretty nuts to think.
Djokovic. Another Vich.
The best basketball player in the world and the best tennis player in the world both hail from Serbia. That only has 5 million people in the entire country. Yeah. Pretty fucking crazy, man. And Djokovic, I mean, we're pretty much in agreement that Joker, if he continues on the pace, Nikola Jokic continues on this pace, will probably go down as the best center in history, at least one of them. It's already pretty much cemented with this last win that Novak Djokovic is the greatest men's tennis player in history.
Yeah.
I think this puts him up at 15 Grand Slam titles now.
I think so. I'd have to actually look. Let's see what his totals are.
It's pretty nuts. I think he just surpassed Roger Federer. I think it wasn't this one, but the one previously. But yeah, I think the one previously he actually got beat by that guy I was talking about, Alcaraz or whatever you say his name was.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I mean, hats off to Coco Gauff. I mean, she's only 19 years old. Someone asked her, like, "What are you gonna do with your $3 million check? Are you gonna pay off your debts?" And she's like, I don't have debts. I still live with my parents.
He has 24 Grand Slams.
Wow, I think I was thinking of golf. It was golf was maybe Tiger. I think that's what it was because I think Tiger has 14 majors.
Yeah,
but yes, 24 is insane. This guy, I mean, when I was young, I remember seeing Roger Federer, Andre Agassi guys come up, and then obviously Rafael Nadal was the next generation, and now Novak has surpassed Nadal as basically the best in the world.
No doubt. Speaking of Andre Agassi, he loved the speed. Like,
what are you talking about?
Like meth.
What?
I guess he played on meth a lot.
No way! I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Damn.
Cool. Yeah, I guess he I think it's either meth or speed. One of the two is an upper. And he would take it before he played. So
that's why I know
better.
A lot of sports, one of the prohibited drugs is Adderall. Because, I mean, dude, that would give
There's
you
a lot of NFL players popping Adderall, and they're getting a lot of them say they take it.
Oh, yeah. Wasn't it Derek Wolfe that was saying he was taking it all the time? Yeah, it was him.
He was taking Adderall and then microdosing.
Yeah.
Because he said he wanted to get in the warrior Viking mindset.
He's a wild dude. Yeah, that'd be nuts, man. I'd be taking heads off.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But, yeah, just back to this. Coco Gauff, man, it's amazing. She is a great story. The underlining thing of this is if Naomi Osaka comes back, that would be a great matchup for her. I really hope Osaka comes back.
Yeah. Also, I mean, just the Americans this year had a hell of a turnaround in the U.S. Open. It was the first time, I think, 4 Americans had made it to the semifinals since the early 90s or something.
And Coco Gauff being an American winning it. It's awesome.
So, yeah, definitely cool. We don't get to talk about tennis much. So there you go, guys. Your little bit of tennis. We're going to volley it now over to F1 real quick. I'm going to tell you guys about the race, and then we're going to move on to MLB. This one's short and sweet. Just like these cars going by at high rates of speed. So yeah, the F1 was off this last weekend, but they are back with the Singapore GP this weekend. You got practices on Friday morning. Saturday, you have practice and qualifying, and then Sunday, the race is at 6 a.m., Chad. You going to be up for it?
Nope, definitely not.
I will be up and watching.
Sunday morning, right?
Sunday morning, 6 a.m.
Yep. We got an STS9 concert Saturday in Fort Collins.
Chad's going to probably just be going to bed.
Yeah, close to it. But I don't stay up like that like I used to. But I'll definitely sleep in him. That's for sure.
Yeah, I get it.
Yep.
So that's all I had for F1. Let's get into MLB. I'm going to play you guys something different this time. We're going to see if anybody likes it, if anybody cares.
Let's hear it.
Give me the ball. Hey,
Baseball and politics, people.
relax. All right, don't try to strike everybody out. Strikeouts are boring. Besides that, they're fascist. Throw some ground balls. It's more democratic.
What's this guy know anyway? If he's so great, how come he's been in the minors for 10 years?
Yeah, that was from Bull Durham, another classic old school movie. Probably also could not be made today.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah, I watched Slapshot this weekend. I was talking to Chad about it. We'll talk about it a little later, but you can't make movies like that anymore.
Yeah, definitely.
Just, yeah.
Kevin
times
Costner's
are
a legend,
changing.
man. Kevin Costner paying out the ass for child support right now.
Yeah. And then also he's suing the guys who made fucking Yellowstone for like $25 million.
Why?
Because I think they wrote him off the show or something, or he wants to keep being involved and he's not. I don't know. I never
didn't
watched the
hear
show.
about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess he's all mad.
I love Yellowstone. That's crazy.
Couldn't watch it. Couldn't get into it.
It's a little too country for you, huh?
A little too country.
Yep.
All right, Chad, talk to us about the MLB. I'm going to let Chad take the majority of this one.
Well, Matt Olson, it's funny, when I wrote this down, I was going to say he hit his 50th homer,
Yeah,
but
they updated.
just an hour, maybe like 30 minutes ago before we got started, I got a notification he hit his 51st, tying the Braves franchise record. Well, that was set by Andrew Jones back in 2005. I used to watch that
damn.
dude when I was a kid, man.
Yeah.
He was good. But that puts him up to 128 RBIs on the season, leading the MLB. Who are you going to choose for MVP? Ronald Acuna, Matt Olson, Mookie
Braves?
Betts.
Yeah.
Mookie Betts just hit a milestone yesterday. Did you see
Yeah,
that?
it's over 100 RBIs, right?
Yes, and he homered, and he's now top 5 in the most homers as a leadoff hitter.
Oh.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, yeah, it's between those
5
three
all
guys,
time, dude.
basically. Is it going to be Mookie, Olson, or Acuna?
It's crazy to think, man. It's so hard to pick between any of those because
I mean,
they're
Acuna's
all,
doing stuff that hasn't been done before.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
So Mookie Betts is up there with Ricky Henderson in top 5 for leadoff hitters. I mean, it's incredible what all 3 of these guys are doing.
Yeah.
It's great. Now let's move to the Rangers. They've won 3 in a row, now tied with Seattle for the final wild card spot. They're finally making a push. I'll check on their scores tonight. They are leading the Blue Jays 4-0 right now, top of the 7th. So really coming down to the wire in that one. And then Orioles are on a hot streak, man. Baltimore. Man, I want to go to Camden Yards. That's such a beautiful stadium.
Yeah,
It's really
it is
one of
nice.
like a bucket list.
That's one of those things that going to every stadium would be cool to do at some point.
Oh, yeah, especially that one, man.
bucket list
Very
thing.
historic.
Yeah.
They had a 7-game winning streak going into Sunday, but they lost to the Red Sox. But during that 7-game win streak, they were averaging almost 9 runs per game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw they had that one game with the Red Sox. It was like 12-11 or something like that.
Yeah, high-scoring game. But now they are they got first place in their division, so not too much of the season left. We're getting to October.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's coming down the wire.
So
October
let's go
is
ahead and
when the playoffs start.
get you a preview of what the playoffs might look like.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Yep. So, like I mentioned, American League, the Orioles are in first at 91 and 52. And then the Central Division, the Minnesota Twins are still first at 75 and 69. And then the West, this is the best. This is where the race is going to come down. The Houston Astros now taking first place at 82 and 63. And then just 2 games back from them, like I mentioned, the Rangers. And then Seattle's 2.5 games back from them. So 3 teams clawing for that first spot and the wild card spot. All right, National League. Like we've talked about, no surprise here. Braves, first place, 15 games up on the Phillies, who they're playing tonight, beating their ass right now. I put 5 games up on that. Easy
No
money.
big deal.
Yeah. Milwaukee Brewers in the Central Division, 80 and 63 at first place. The Cubs, 3 games back from them. The Cubs are really making a late season push too. And then the West Division, the Dodgers got that division all sealed up, 87 to 56, 12 games up on the Diamondbacks. So I'm looking forward to the playoffs, man. Should be good.
Yeah, when the playoffs come, I'll definitely dial more in.
Oh, yeah.
Just it's been so much right now.
No, there's a lot of sports going on right now. That's for sure.
It's just too much. All right, guys, we're at a part of the show now that's going to be a little bit different if you are watching us on Twitch. You're basically going to see a Will Be Back screen, and then you'll be hearing the theme music for however long we take a quick break for. If you are watching or listening to the podcast after the fact, you will be hearing NUKE BUSHNER, and the song is Tailgate Love Song. I said it right?
Yeah.
Okay, you looked at me, and I was like, did I say it wrong?
No.
All right, so
well
yeah,
done.
you'll be hearing NUKE BUSHNER, Tailgate Love Song, coming at you right now.
Honey, load the truck, I'll be home by 5. And then we'll tear out of the drive. A case of beer, a pack of smokes, and a jar of shine. It ought to make one hell of a Friday night. See, I don't need a bunch of noise or a night out with the boys. I'm letting you know. Oh, there's just something about sitting on a drop tailgate in the middle of the summer in the pouring rain with nothing more to do than sit right here and love up on you. Turn off the phone, baby, I don't care. As long as I got you sitting right here, yeah, the world can do no wrong. It's a tailgate love song. Fireworks flash across the night sky. The smell of your perfume, touch of your lips on mine. The rest of the world is gone in a cloud of dust. Tonight the stars are all staring down at us. See, I don't need a downtown view or a fancy corner booth. I'm letting you know. Oh, there's just something about sitting on a drop tailgate in the middle of the summer in the pouring rain with nothing more to do than sit right here and love up on you. Turn off the phone, baby, I don't care. As long as I got you sitting right here, the world can do no wrong. It's a tailgate. There's a feeling I get when the warm wind blows, like a mystery woman that I just gotta know. I could tell it to you, girl, in so many ways, but I'd rather show you on this tailgate. Yeah, there's just something about sitting on a drop tailgate in the middle of the summer in the pouring rain with nothing more to do than sit right here and love up on you. Turn off the phone, baby, I don't care. As long as I got you sitting right here, yeah, the world can do no wrong. It's a tailgate love song.
And we are back.
Yes, we are.
If you are listening or watching us after the fact, you just heard NUKE BUSHNER with the song Tailgate Love Song, which is a pretty damn good country song, if you ask me.
Yeah, damn right, man.
Yeah, it's good outlaw, honky-tonk type country, the early 90s stuff, which is right in my alley. I love good Garth Brooks, George Strait,
Oh, yeah.
you know, the good uns.
I like these new guys like Tyler and Sturgill and stuff.
Those
so it's
guys
kind
are
of cool
good,
that
yeah.
he kind of has that sound to him.
Yeah, if you liked what you heard, you can go to bushner.com. That's NUKEBUSHNER.com. You can find where to buy his music, get merch, find out what shows he's got coming up. Like we said, he was featured on American Idol, made it pretty far, so he's kind of a big deal.
He's good. Yeah, thanks for letting us play your music.
Yeah, definitely. And he will be the musical break guest of the month, so we've got him for at least 2 to 3 more weeks. I don't know how many months are in this, or how many weeks are in this month.
I don't know either, man.
We're
Time is irrelevant.
It's it's just trying to hold me down.
That's right.
Well, it's time that we get into the NFL breakdowns. We probably need to come up with a little thing for this too now.
I was thinking about that. I wasn't sure what to play, but yeah, we'll brainstorm on it.
Yeah, we'll figure something out. We'll get to the bottom of it. But right now, it's time for NFL breakdowns. Let's get into it. Chad, what game do you want to do first?
Well, we did
Eagles versus Pats.
Let's do the Cincinnati.
Browns versus Bengals.
I got notes for Cincinnati and Cleveland, so let's do that one.
Okay, let's do it.
Yep.
Let's start there. So,
wow, dude.
the Browns shock the world.
Upset here.
24-3 at home.
You know, maybe Jamar Chase shouldn't have called them elves.
Yeah, well, he doubled down on it. So
he definitely, an admitted fault to it.
Yeah, and then he said, but we lost to some damn elves.
Yeah.
Trash talk's going to get the best of the Bengals. The Browns take it personal. Watson runs for a 13-yard touchdown late in the first half and throws a 3-yard touchdown pass to tight end Harrison Brandt. So Watson looking decent this year.
He looked all right. He ran the ball for, almost 45. Isn't that what he said? That's good to see him kind of getting back to that. Looked a little more comfortable in the offense, threw to Amari Cooper, which is good. But, yeah, that offensive line is going to take a hit with Jack Conklin out.
Definitely, especially Chubb, who rushed for 106 yards on 18 carries. He's probably going to see a little bit of a downtick with you losing one of your tackles.
Jack Conklin, if he wasn't an All-Pro last year, I'd probably put money that he was. I can't remember, but I definitely bet he was. But, man, the story of it is Joe Burrow, because we all expected the Bengals to win. They held Joe Burrow to 82 yards.
Yeah, it was his worst outing since becoming a Bengal, and this is 2 days after becoming the highest paid player in the NFL.
How fitting, right?
Yeah, which I saw some more details on that contract today. It is completely front-loaded, basically equaling out to him making $61 million a year.
Jesus.
For the first 3 years. So he's got paid, but we didn't see the proof of the pudding on the field, unfortunately.
Man.
Chad said 82 yards, 14 of 31. The Cleveland line that's been rebuilt on the defensive side just pressured him all day.
Yeah.
Granted, it was raining pretty hard in this game. And you saw at one point he did go put gloves on, so he was having trouble anyways just with the rain, but then with the constant pressure he was getting, there was a huge sack by Myles Garrett on 4th down with 10:27 left in the game that basically ended the game right there.
And I think they took him out after that, right?
He stayed in for another 5 minutes. Okay. He eventually got benched with 5:15 left. So I think the Bengals are going to bounce back. They're obviously they've got some work to do, but the real question is, are the Browns for real?
Yeah, that is a really good question because they were moving the ball all right, but man, I really wish the Chiefs would have added Zadarius Smith back when he was a free agent for the Vikings, and they just franchise tagged him for 1 year, and then now got traded to the Browns. I wanted that dude, man. I was, when he was on the Packers and then the Vikings picked him up, that's when I really wanted the Chiefs to take him. But damn, dude, that makes a big addition having him and Myles Garrett on the defensive line.
Myles Garrett was toying with those linemen. Did you see him doing the crossover dribble before he was rushing?
No.
He's standing there walking up to the line, acting like he's dribbling between his legs.
Shit.
And then he fakes to one side, fakes to the other side, and then as soon as the ball snaps, he fakes inside and then goes outside right around the guard, dude. Just like
that's dirty,
toying with him,
man.
dude. Like,
well, it's
you don't
cool
have
too,
a chance.
because there's that highlight of him dunking, and so he's got basketball skills. So
he was really good at basketball. So they actually were getting mad at him for playing too much basketball in the offseason at one point.
I don't blame him, but still, it's like, damn, that guy's schooling these guys.
Yeah, so the Browns defense is for real. And I said this before the season started, I think they have enough playmakers on this team that if they can put it together, the Browns could be a force to be reckoned with in the AFC North. So
I think so too, and I really think they need just another running back. I think losing Kareem Hunt is a big deal because Nick Chubb always seems to miss time.
Yeah.
It's rare.
And
that
it
he
just
doesn't.
always seemed that they just did better when they had the 1-2 punch.
Yeah.
When you were able to rest Chubb a little bit
Yep.
and sprinkle in Hunt.
I'd
But
like to see him get Njoku a little more involved. I've got him on my team, so I am a little biased.
Yeah.
But he really I think he had like 45 yards maybe on 2 catches or something. So it's like that guy's talent alone would elevate that team a lot. I think they just need to hit the seams a little more.
yeah.
But, I mean, that's what they are. They're a ground and pound team, and they're going to keep doing it. But,
Yeah.
we'll see if it happens without Jack Conklin.
Yeah, that's going to be a huge blow. They're definitely going to have to figure something out there. I don't know, you might see them bring somebody in. Did you see Jason Peters signed with the Seattle Seahawks at 41 years old?
Jesus, no.
Yeah.
Wow. Man.
So,
Still playing.
Yeah, still going, man.
That's cool.
That's going to wrap it up for the breakdown of the Browns versus Bengals. Let's move in to the Eagles versus the Pats at home. Eagles win 25-20 on the road. The Eagles defense starts the scoring early with Darius Slay's 70-yard pick six, helping Philly build an early lead, going up at one point 16-0 in the first, capitalizing on 2 early turnovers. Hurts was 22 of 33 in this game.
It looked like it was going to be a blowout.
I think it was like 177 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, he
missed a
didn't
7.
really have a great game at all.
Not a great game in terms of, the actual stats. He did say that they are working through some things that they still haven't gotten through in the offseason in terms of kinks and things in the offense.
Well, that's what's really interesting about this is they have a new offensive coordinator and a new defensive coordinator. So it's
Yeah.
is that really affecting this team?
I think it is, and I think that's kind of what he was alluding to in the fact that, we're still figuring some things out.
Oh, I bet so.
I think they're going to be fine.
I think so too. Kenneth Gainwell did not practice today, though, and he was their leading rusher.
He was the leading rusher, 14 carries, 54 yards. Another thing, too, fucking Hurts, he did have a costly fumble in the fourth that gave the Patriots a chance at the end.
Yep.
Jake Elliott, 4 field goals. If you got him on your fantasy team, he scored you some good points there because they didn't really reach the end zone after the first quarter.
No, they really stalled out.
Yeah.
I mean, they kept giving the Pats a chance to come back. But,
Yeah.
Man, how about Bill Belichick? I don't know if you heard about this. He actually admitted he was kind of wrong, and this isn't something that you see too often.
Bill?
But on the 4th and 17 at the end of the game, where they tried to go for it all, and it came up short. He was basically like, "Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have done that." I was like, "Wow." Is he kind of getting to that age where he's starting to question himself?
He just broke up with his girlfriend.
Really?
Oh, you didn't see this?
I didn't know that.
And I'm wondering why they brought this up, but I guess the execs over there for the Patriots are a little worried about what could be leaked or said if things go bad.
Whoa.
In regards to this relationship falling apart.
Holy shit. I'm surprised he's not just married at that age. What
No,
the hell?
I guess he's just got a girlfriend. He's Bill, dude. He's
Slinging
probably
it around.
got the side pieces. You know what I mean?
Robert Kraft's
got
recommending.
the
He's
the
like,
2-piece thigh at home and the side dishes on the road. You know what I mean?
yeah. Robert Kraft's like, dude, fuck that, man.
Yeah,
Go
he's
to
like,
Orchids
dude,
of Asia down in
Orchids of
Florida.
Asia.
It's the place to go.
I do want to talk one more thing about Jake Elliott, though. He had kicks of 56 and 51 yards, which means he now has 21 kicks to 50 yards or more, and he's just furthering his franchise lead. Devontae Smith did have 7 receptions for 47 yards and a touchdown. A.J. Brown, 7 receptions, 79 yards.
Yep.
On to the Patriots, though. Trailing late in the fourth, 25-14, New England got to the 20 with 11-yard got it to 20, with an 11-yard touchdown to Kendrick Bourne. Mac Jones' 2-point conversion was nullified by a holding penalty, and a second attempt was no good. Mac Jones had a rough start, but he finished pretty well. 35 of 54, 316 yards, 3 touchdowns, and an interception. Kendrick Bourne had the 6 receptions, 64 yards, 2 touchdowns, and Hunter Henry, 5 receptions, 56 yards, and another touchdown. The Pats outgained the NFC champs 382 yards at 251.
Unbelievable, man.
Yeah.
I did not expect that. I really thought the Eagles go in there and just wall up on them, man.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of it is that the Eagles would get the ball back and only get into field goal position, and then, they're not moving the ball that far. Then they're kicking it back, and,
but
the Patriots had a lot farther to go.
It is kind of, you never know how much this has an effect on it, but
Trust in Russ. Sorry, the Broncos game's on. We're going to lose it at the end here.
Hey, that's right. But the whole Northeast was just had horrible weather. Everywhere.
Well, even the
up in
Cowboys
Northeast.
game, it rained like a motherfucker.
Oh, it rained like crazy, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it was pouring down.
Rained at the
there.
Broncos game too.
Oh, I guess I didn't realize that.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
rained like everywhere this
Yeah,
this
it
weekend.
really did. But
It's fall.
I wonder if that had an effect on it. But I wonder what's going on with the Eagles, because from what I heard, Bill Belichick, I mean, we know football, but like when it really comes down to the X's and O's, like I sure as hell ain't a coach or anything like that. Like I
Yeah.
understand some schemes and schematics and plays and everything. But apparently Bill Belichick dialed up all kinds of different schemes and was changing things on Jalen Hurts constantly. You letting him out?
Yeah, he went scratching the door.
Oh, was he? All right, thanks. Go on, buddy. Go ahead, little man. But, yeah, I mean, when you give Bill Belichick 5 months to prepare for one team, I think, we all know how that's going to work out.
Yeah. Sorry, letting the dog out.
Thank you.
Yeah, Belichick, you thought coming back with a lot of the same people, it would be a little bit better, but they started out rough.
Yep.
As did almost every other team in the NFL this week.
Yep. Ezekiel Elliott had a fumble. Still
That's
an
not
issue
surprising.
for him. Yep. Still an issue.
Yeah. Well, do you have anything else on that game, Chad?
I think that's about it.
All right.
Yeah.
So who wants to go first on the deep dive?
I'll take it, man. I'll take it.
All right. Take it away, Chad.
I wanted to cover this game because this was two games where I watched two QBs that were clearly past their prime. Ryan Tannehill and Derek Carr. I was just like, why?
Isn't Derek Carr only like 32?
Yeah, he's only that, but 9 years in the league, never won a playoff game. Yeah, that's your
beaten
franchise
down
quarterback.
constantly as the Raiders quarterback.
Yeah. I never had a good defense, but I mean, the point of it is just like 4 interceptions total between both these quarterbacks, 3 by Tannehill. Tannehill looked awful, horrible, man.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, do we see
Malik
by like week 4, maybe?
Yeah. Or what's his
Will
name?
Levis?
Yeah, the mayonnaise man.
Yeah, that's right. Was he drafted this year or last year?
This year.
That's
yeah.
what I thought. I couldn't.
Yeah,
quite
because remember he was sitting there in the first round waiting to get drafted.
That's
and
right.
There's all those memes of his girlfriend sitting there like all pissed off. And
Yeah.
then, he's all pissed off, and then I think he didn't go until like the middle of the second round.
I forgot about that. Yeah, it
Yeah,
was
good
the
stuff.
second day. Yep, but man, this was a tough game just because of it was a low scoring game. But New Orleans deserved to win this game because of the chutzpah that Dennis Allen had, in which Vrabel was lacking in.
Yeah.
And on 3rd and 8, Derek Carr threw a 40-yard pass to Rashid to close out the game. It was like 2nd and 14, I believe. Then they gained some yards to make it just 3rd and 8. And instead of just like running a conservative play, maybe trying to keep running out the clock, Carr throws a bomb. And when I was watching this game on Red Zone, which if people don't know, you can get in Red Zone through NFL Plus now. That's how I'm doing it.
Oh, you can? Is it extra?
Yeah. It's $14.99, but I mean, it's like what I pay for Hulu and shit. So whatever. But
I watched it, but not that way.
yeah, it's just nuts because like the garage, I watch it while I'm working out in the garage, and so I don't want to have to like bring my laptop out there, try to cast it, do all this shit.
Yeah.
So I was like, let's just do this, and it was pretty easy. But
Yeah, I was watching it when I was watching the games on cable.
nice,
Because I didn't. It's just easier to watch the games on cable. I was like, I'll just watch these ones.
yeah, fair enough.
I
But
did find though with NFL Red Zone, I'm like, it's just too much.
Really?
At a certain point, I was just like, I feel like this is ADHD in viewing form.
that's why I love it, man. That's how my brain operates.
No,
man.
I
I'm
realized
just-
though, like I like the football because I just watched the game and I'm like, I'm watching football.
I can't stand commercials, dude. I can't. There's
Commercials
so
do
many
suck.
commercials.
Meryl
Like,
gets
even-
mad because I always listen to commercials, like even on podcasts, because I just forget.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm so used to listening to the radio. I'm just like, it's part of what I'm listening to.
Well, dude, Theo's are hilarious. I love when Theo reads ads. It's like,
yeah.
I think I need help too. Like betterhelp.com or whatever. Like his commercials are funny. But in this game, back
One
to
day
some
we'll
fucking
have
NFL.
funny commercials.
I know. It won't be long. We're getting there. Our listeners are growing each week.
It's
So
true.
thank you guys.
Thank you.
But yeah, man, it was just like nuts because Mike Vrabel had the ball on the 11 with like 4 or 5. I think no, it was like 2 minutes and 20 seconds left in the game. The ball on New Orleans 11, and they're down by 4 points. And instead of like going for it and trying to get the win, you kick a chip shot field goal. So that puts them up 15-16. And then of course the Saints go down and they close out the game.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like Mike Vrabel. Clearly it's not a question. He didn't have faith in Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah, well, that's why he did it. He's like, oh, my quarterback's probably going to throw an interception right here, so let's just kick the field goal. Let's get the guaranteed points and hope we can win.
And that's what happened. But, man, the Titans, 2 for 12 on third down.
Yeah.
It's just horrible. Marshawn Lattimore, I think he had I know he had one pick. I don't know if he had multiple picks, but Marshawn Lattimore looks like Marshawn Lattimore of old.
Yeah.
He had a damn good game.
I
picked the
remember
Saints.
him from the Vikings game. Wasn't that the one where he
Minnesota Miracle? Or?
Yeah,
Yep.
he was on the Minnesota. He was the
one who whiffed.
Yep.
Yep, that's right. But he is a lockdown corner so I mean it's good to see him playing ball again. I drafted the Saints in a couple leagues because the Saints, like I was talking about earlier in the preseason, man, dude, they don't play any tough competition this whole year.
Yeah.
So, bank on that defense because it's just going to keep getting better. Cam Jordan had a good game. They pressured him. But on the other side of it, Jeffrey Simmons and the Titans D-line, they got to Derek Carr in the first half. Sacked 4 times and 8 QB hits just in the first half.
Yeah.
But in the second half, he kind of bounced back. And, I mean, I got to hand it to Derek Carr. He's got weapons. Chris Olave had a good game, 112 yards. I can't remember how many receptions. Michael Thomas caught some. But I can't wait for Kamara to come back because that run game isn't there. I really thought drafting Jamal Williams.
He got 3 games, right?
3 games.
And they didn't appeal it? Or they didn't? They just stayed at 3?
I think they knew it probably wasn't going to work.
They give you a game and a half.
Yeah.
You come back at halftime. Was it college?
Yeah. Brutally beat up somebody.
Wasn't it Manziel? Yeah.
Half a game.
You get a half a game. Okay, don't do it again.
That's like less than a slap on a wrist.
Don't worry. In 5 years, these guys are going to be making way more than what you made off those autographs. But don't do it again. Don't worry about the 90s Miami Hurricanes, Deion Sanders. Don't worry about the Florida State guys.
Yeah. Don't worry about any of that.
Don't worry about any of that past stuff. You don't sign things with your name, damn it.
Yep.
All right. Is that it for you?
I just want to mention Derrick Henry. That was a big question going into this season was,
I saw him
he
stiff arm a guy like he meant it.
You see that? I'm glad you didn't forget, dude. That was awesome. He still has that stiff arm.
Yeah, he shoved that guy like 3 yards in the
down,
man. He's like,
God, I would hate having to tackle Derrick Henry.
It'd be so terrible to be a cornerback and have him break through the through the linebackers and be like, oh, God.
I think I would be like, oh, my hammy. I think I just fell down, dude.
The sniper got me.
Yeah. I couldn't make it. I got injured.
The sniper.
He had 15 carries. He didn't have like a super crazy game, but he had one really long reception, 2 receptions for 56 yards, and then 15 carries for 63 yards. Crazy we didn't see him get over 20 carries, but I think it's just because the Saints just had such a long time of possessions. But, yeah, it doesn't look good for the Titans right now, and I think a lot of that weighs on Tannehill because some of those interceptions I saw him throw, god-awful, man. God-awful.
Yeah, well, and that has always been the problem with Derek Carr is, is he going to be able to actually pull this off? And same with Tannehill. And we've seen it time and time again when it comes down for brass tacks in the playoffs. Tannehill's just not that quarterback. If it's not perfect, it's like who was it? God damn it. What's his name? Trent Dilfer. If it's not perfect situation, you're not going to win the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Especially with a quarterback like that. So
yeah, you got to have somebody in there that, isn't going to make mistakes. You just got to be a game manager.
Yeah, we'll see. And I don't know if going to the Saints with a defensive-minded head coach and Dennis Allen is necessarily a good thing for Carr. So we'll see.
We'll see.
Indubitably. Well, let's move on to my deep dive.
What you got?
Miami versus the Los Angeles Chargers.
A barn burner.
A barn burner, back and forth. But I want to talk about 2 people to start this out. Tua shocks the world with one of the best passing days in NFL history. 466 yards and 3 touchdowns. His 466 yards is behind the GOAT Brady, 517 against Miami in 2011. Dan Marino's 473 against the Pats. And his 2 road wins right now with 450-plus passing yards is tied for the most since 1950 with Brady, Montana, and Boomer Esiason, which is weird.
Yeah. So did you watch that game then? It was the afternoon game.
I watched some of it, yeah.
Yeah,
I watched hard because I was watching the Broncos.
Oh, that's right. That makes sense. But, man, I think he had maybe 5 or 6 absolute dimes. I cannot believe how accurate those passes were.
Not to mention when they're fucking wide open.
Yeah.
Well, there was so many times that guys were just wide open.
But one of them that wasn't was that last touchdown to Tyreek where I thought for sure, and they had to get this touchdown to put him up over it because of the point differential. But, dude, I thought for sure this ball was going to hit the back of the defender, incomplete, whatever. I think it was 3rd and goal, too.
Yeah.
Dude, he put it right over that shoulder, right into the hands of Tyreek.
Right in the old bread basket.
Could not believe that he got that in there. I mean, Tua, I was shocked. I mean, I didn't like seeing it because I just don't really like seeing Tyreek's success, to be honest. But I know it's fucked up, but it is what it is. But goddamn, they had success, man. Because there was another one I'm going to keep going on.
Yeah, go
where
for it.
he stepped into the pocket, kind of pumped fake, and so on the run, as he's stepping forward, hits Tyreek for a big one. I mean, just drops it right in front of him. I mean, Tyreek said it when he went there. He's the most accurate QB in the league, and we all laughed at him, but after that game, I don't think anybody's laughing now.
Yeah, and I was going to mention the other 450-plus yard game he had was against, who was it? Oh, Baltimore. The 42-38 win, 469 yards, 6 touchdowns.
Yeah.
So
unbelievable.
The guy could be a prolific passer, and he's up there with a lot of guys who are prolific passers. So we'll see how it goes. Obviously, this is the greatest way for them to start this year. They looked unstoppable. Tyreek Hill, the other guy I want to talk about, you mentioned him, obviously. 11 receptions, 215 yards, 2 touchdowns. Breaks the records for most 200-plus yard games with multiple touchdowns with the third of his career, breaking his tie with Jerry Rice among 8 others for most such games since 1950. His 250 yards against LAC, the Chargers, sorry, I wrote it out like that, now I just said it, is the second most in a week 1 in the Super Bowl era, 2 yards shy of Anquan Bolden's 217 in 03 against the Lions.
He's really good at football, man.
Yeah, he is insanely good at football.
I think he's going to be a Hall of Famer.
He's real fast.
Yep.
He run real fast. But like we mentioned, the game was back and forth all game. I think it was 7-7 in the first, and then I think it was 20-17 in the second. So, I mean, they were just going tit for tat the whole way down the field.
Total barn burner, man. It just went back and forth.
Miami was clearly the most well-oiled machine with 9 plays over 21 yards. Those are what they call the big plays, you know. Chunk plays,
yardage.
chunk yardage.
Yeah.
Those are the ones you want. They had, what was I say? 9 of them? 9 plays over 21 yards, including one of Hill's scores, a 35-yard touchdown late in the third to give the Dolphins a 27-24 lead. Mostert had 10 carries, 37 yards rushing, and a 2-yard rushing touchdown in the first quarter. Jalen Waddle, 4 receptions, 78 yards, and kicker Jason Sanders had 3 field goals. Let's move it over to Herbert.
Yes, this is what I want to talk. Herbert and the lack of defense on the Chargers, man.
That's what we're going to talk about, Chad, because
let's hear it.
Herbert, 22 for 33, 228 yards, 1 touchdown. The Bolts had a strong start after recovering a botched Miami snap on their own 6th and driving 11 plays to score. Keenan Allen did have 6 receptions for 76 yards. The Chargers ran the hell out of the ball. To the tune of 234 yards total. Austin Eckler, 17 carries, 117 yards, 1 touchdown, 4 receptions.
Did kind of get banged up in the game, too.
He did, yeah. 4 receptions, 47 yards. Had his 4th 100-yard game of his 7-year career. And Joshua Kelly added 16 carries, 91 yards, 1 touchdown. Just like Chad mentioned, though, unfortunately, the defense had a bad day. Khalil Mack went as far as to put the loss on the D. They couldn't stop the duo of Tua and Tyreek. He even went as far as to say, like, when 2 guys are that connected, like, all you can do basically is just watch as they just torch you down the field constantly. Yep. So they allowed the most passing yards in team history, 466. And the most total offensive yardage, 536, was the most allowed in a home opener ever for the Los Angeles Chargers. Miami may be real.
And, you know, that's what's nuts is, and I'm really glad we wanted to get to this because the Chargers defense was talked up as like, this is their revamped defense.
Yeah.
Going to be a lot better. And they paid all that money to J.C. Jackson, and J.C. Jackson just let Tyreek go off. I mean, so many times he got burnt.
Yeah, the only thing that the Chargers really have is that the offense was fucking...
Well, the run game, yeah.
The run game's really good as long as Eckler's healthy.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes.
Mike Williams got banged up.
Mike Williams up with a concussion, but he came back in the second. So
now he's questionable.
Well, it's surprising to let him come back with him being questionable.
I know.
That's weird. But yeah,
No,
one
he's
hell of a game.
questionable for next week is what I
Yeah,
mean.
that's what I'm saying. It's weird that he came back in the second half of the
Yeah.
game, but then he's questionable with a head injury.
But that's just it. It's like
I guess
mean,
they can come and go.
I was so nervous drafting him because last year I criticized people for it because it's
I
like
picked him up in the end, and he ended up winning some games for me.
yeah, it's like who's going to get hurt, Keenan Allen or Mike Williams? One of them, they would never stay healthy at the same time. So I
Yeah.
thought I'd take the shot at Mike Williams. Already hurt.
Fucked.
Yep.
Son of a bitch.
He wants to trade me Quentin Johnson.
yeah.
Quentin Johnston.
Johnston.
Yep.
Johnston. Well, that's going to do it for the deep dives.
Man, but seriously, I gotta say, how about the first week of football, man? Miami, man, the
Browns.
games last night, the Browns.
The game last night
And
sucked. Literally, it was bookended by two crazy situations, and then the whole middle was just bullshit. It was like, Rodgers! And then 4 plays later, Rodgers! And then it was just like...
I disagree.
For like 40 minutes.
I know you text that in the text group, dude,
and then a punt return that ended it, and I was like, oh.
I'm one of those diehards, dude. I love defensive games. I loved the Super Bowl with
It wasn't
the Patriots and
defensive,
Rams.
though. It was bad football.
It was bad football, but okay.
It's one thing if it's like a battle, like a defensive battle.
Here's
That was
where I
just
can agree with you.
Terrible offense.
Those stupid throws that Allen was throwing up, if the Jets defenders that had the ball right
that
there,
one to Diggs
if they
was just
if they
so
dropped it,
stupid.
If they dropped it, then yeah, I would be like, God damn, they had all these opportunities. But no, they made defensive plays.
Yeah.
So the Jets defense kept this an entertaining game. I mean, they were getting pressure, like what we were talking about before we started recording, man. It's like every time they got pressure to Allen, I thought like he was going to run out and get 20 yards. But the linebackers closed the distance so fast, man.
Yeah, they shut the runs down.
That is the deepest fucking D-line and the linebackers on that team. Emmanuel Mosley, dude. I've got
it
the
just
Jets.
Sucks. What could have been?
What could have been, dude?
And
But-
and then our teams didn't do very good.
And
Sucks.
and I was gonna add to that, man, because as far as like the Browns and all these teams, all these great games in Week 1, I just, from an unbiased perspective, totally fucking objective, as much as it fucking sucked, I hand it to the Lions, dude, because they capitalized on all the mistakes by the Chiefs. The Chiefs could have won by 10. A fucking pick 6, but the Lions.
If Kadarius Toney made 4 catches, you guys would have won.
He was the MVP for the Lions, dude. And then the dumbass goes out there and trolls the Giants. It's like, shut the fuck up, dude.
I think they were trolling him a lot too. Especially, I think a lot of Giants fans were shitting on him after that game. Like, see, that's why we got rid of him.
But that's the point of the matter, man. It's
I
like
know.
you have class. You just let that shit go.
But when you lose 40-0 like that,
you just let it go, man.
Nah,
I mean, dude, you were on that team a year ago. Let it go, man.
I don't know.
He's just so immature. I don't know if I fully have faith on him. I was kind of surprised. Andy Reid, actually, I think today or yesterday, took the blame for it.
No, he took the blame for it. That he came out and said at one point that that's not how Kadarius Toney is.
Well,
honestly.
it makes sense. He didn't really practice at all training camp. He got hurt like the first play of training camp, so he didn't really have any practice time.
Yeah.
So Andy Reid says he kind of rushed him out there, which, whatever. I put Justin Ross out there, dude.
I think that's a coach just falling on the sword for his guy.
That's
'cause
what I thought
getting
too.
Raked over the coals, but
But regardless, as much as it sucks to see my team lose, I love fucking football and I love good football, and that's what we got.
And how about Jordan Whitehead making his bonus in one game?
Yeah.
Three interceptions was all he needed, and he got all 3 last night.
All in one fucking game, man. That's not. He was probably thinking, "Damn, I wish I would have made it 5.
Yeah.
Shit, I could have got more money."
Yeah, maybe. Or
But
just
dude,
more money for 3.
We didn't even talk about this. How about Jordan Love stepping up, man? Jordan Love.
Yeah, what? I think he had like 350 some yards and 3 touchdowns.
3 touchdowns. Had a
Looked
good
good.
game, man. Yeah.
I know when it started out, everybody was like, "This guy fucking sucks," and then all of a sudden, I'm like, "He just sliced him apart." Dude.
He can
Surgically.
scramble around. That's something that Rodgers could do that early in his career, but definitely not now. But yeah, he scrambled around pretty damn good.
We saw what happened last night. The old turf monster got him.
Yeah. Can't be doing that, man. You got to get away from that. But, when you mention that, my argument to that is like, dude, the guy's 39 years old. You're bound to get hurt when you're that old. Tom Brady's an anomaly.
Yeah, but it was a weird thing.
Well, here's the thing. That's why I bring up Shannon Sharp on First Take. Shannon Sharp called it like it is. It's cutthroat, but he's like, you're old, and you got to throw that ball away, dude. We saw because he had 4 plays. You remember the play like 2 plays before that?
But dude, their offensive line's in shambles.
It is, but
he just was like guys in his face the whole time.
He did it on like the second play where he was about to get sacked, tried twisting out of it, and threw it away rather than just throwing it away.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers has always been great at that. That's why he's got such low career interceptions. But instead, on that last one where Leonard Floyd sacked him, he tried just holding onto the ball and breaking away. That's a bad move, man. You should
Yeah.
know to throw that ball away.
I saw a funny stat that was like Aaron Rodgers. I don't know the actual number. It was like Aaron Rodgers would need to throw 1,376 straight interceptions to have the same touchdown to interception ratio as Nathan Peterman.
Oh my God. How is that even possible? That is nuts, man.
Because he didn't throw that many. It's because his fucking percentage is so thrown off by the little amount of actual touchdowns compared to the insane. He had like 5 fucking interceptions in that one game when Josh Allen went out. I think it was Josh Allen because he was the Bills quarterback, Nathan Peterman.
Yep, I remember that.
But, yeah.
But it's speaking of Josh Allen, I did want to mention did you hear that stat that since 2018, Josh Allen has 84 turnovers, the most in the league since he came into the league in 2018.
Yeah. It's the way he plays, man.
84 turnovers.
A lot of them are fumbles.
Yeah.
Because of the way he plays.
It's fumbles and interceptions.
Look at
he
the
just
last
throws
fumble.
the ball up.
He
man.
almost got knocked unconscious by his own running back.
I can't believe he fucking didn't get knocked out multiple times.
I thought he did get knocked out.
He doesn't know how to slide. He has no idea how to slide.
Like that one play, he's running. You have nowhere to go. And he tries to jump over the cornerback. Like, dude, what are you doing?
What are you doing, man? He's so dumb, dude.
Dude, make a business decision. Fucking slide. You're not going to get any farther if you jump over him.
Yeah.
Unless you fucking hurdle him completely. Yeah. And then there's a safety coming at you anyways. There was 2 guys after him, after that guy, so.
Yeah, I could not believe that, dude. 84. That's like how many touchdowns some people have. But, like, Jesus. Come on, man. Take care of the football.
Take care of the dang football.
But then also don't, because I want to see the Bills lose.
Yeah, well, speaking of which, I said this before the year started. Chad wanted me to bring it up again.
I'm glad you remembered. I'm glad you did it. That was the hot take.
Yeah, this was a hot take, and I'll say it again right now, but the Bills are done. I think their window is now closed.
Yeah.
And I think this game just goes to show you that what little chance they had was within the last 3 years, and now it's gone because this team is a shell of what it was. I don't know. The defense looked terrible, which was one of their strong suits. I know they're going to get Vaughn back at some point, but
I think there was definitely strong points, but then it was so up and down because there was times like they made some plays against Zach Wilson. You can't put much merit to that. But then there are also a lot of, like, you look at Breece Hall, dude. Nobody can tackle that guy. How about the missed tackles?
And how stupid are the Jets for not just fucking feeding that dude? He should have had 200 and some yards last night.
Well, I got to give him credit because he wasn't back to full health, man. I mean, he had that, 83-yard run last year. He would have broken away.
You saw that leg just go tired on him.
He's like, oh, fuck. I'm almost there.
But, yeah, I don't know, man. To lose to the Jets like that, fucking, what was it, 19-16?
22-16.
22-16.
Yep,
sorry.
Because we'll get to next.
Yeah, what we got. Yeah, exactly. That's right.
Yep.
I forgot because I went to go to the store because the cat ran out of fucking cat food and Chewy fucked us.
Why the fuck are you eating all the cat food?
It's delicious, dude. It's a seafood pate. It smells
fish.
delicious.
There you go.
In the morning, if I smell it, I literally gag. But that's my hot take, dude, and I'm gonna hit this right now.
Do it.
That's a hot take.
It is hot, but I said it before, and I'll say it again. I wouldn't be surprised if the Bills barely sneak into the playoffs this year.
Well, I think that the Dolphins are going to make the playoffs, and I think you look at
the Patriots could beat them the way they're playing.
That's what I was just about to say. You look at the way the Patriots shut down Jalen Hurts. We'll see, man. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean the AFC East is it's not like the West was supposed to be last year, but it's a bunch of hard-nosed football teams.
Yeah.
And the Dolphins are the flashiest of that, and they're also the best. So we'll see what happens.
Before we get to DDOE, we won't cover too much on this time, but is there a team out there, besides the Broncos, obviously, that has your interest, that you want, after week 1, you kind of want to follow? You're looking forward to seeing how it's going. They've piqued your interest. So I'll tell you mine. I can tell you mine first if you want.
You go first. I'll think about it first.
The Atlanta Falcons, dude. They are talk about hard-nosed power football. 3rd and 1, and the Chiefs run a stupid fucking half tight end sneak end around. I don't understand why
That's
when it's 3rd and round,
Kelsey though.
You just no. Most times 3rd and 1, they try to.
But that play though would be Kelsey in that situation, wouldn't it?
No, Kelsey never does an end around. He's way too slow. So what they normally do is they fake like Blake Bell's going to motion, then he stops behind the center and then takes it, goes for a QB sneak. We've done it for so long, Andy, it's so predictable. Stop fucking doing it. It is so dumb.
Yeah.
Why can't we just be a power football team? We got rid of our fullback, which I already hate.
He's on our team.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anthony Sherman, or not Anthony Sherman, that's our old one. Got it, Michael Burton.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think he's
liked
tight end fullback right now.
Yeah, but that fucking position, man. But put Blake Bell back there and run power football. My whole point of this is that's what Atlanta does, man. Atlanta, they had almost 200 yards of rushing with Tyler Algier and Bijan Robinson, who's a phenom, dude.
Yeah, dude looks legit.
I made
his first touchdown was insane.
Yeah, biased.
Breaking ankles.
Dude, he like caught it and then just hesitated and let
hit him
that
with
guy
the
and just ran in. It was
Yeah.
beautiful. But tell me yours, man.
I'm going to go, and this is probably not like that, groundbreaking of a pick, but I just want to see what the Lions do.
Okay.
I think they're going to win a playoff game this year.
Wow, that would be
think
awesome,
they're going to
dude.
win.
Well, imagine
I don't
they
think
get
they'll
Jameson,
make it.
Dude.
Yeah.
6 games and they get Jameson Williams, the gambler, back.
The gambler. Shit.
We gotta play some Kenny Rogers.
Gotta know when to hold 'em.
Gotta know when to fold 'em.
When you're sitting in the locker room of your team.
Every time Jameson Williams scores a TD, that's what they need
Gotta
to play.
know when to hold 'em. Know when to fold 'em.
Can't bet in the facility.
Yeah, or on your team.
Yep.
That's a team that I just think it'd be the best story. Obviously, it would have been great to see what happened with the Jets, but I think we all know when you're talking about signing Colin Kaepernick, you're screwed.
That's I don't, that definitely ain't gonna happen. Well, and
he's done in the NFL.
Robert Saleh did come out and say today very vehemently that Zach Wilson is their QB.
Good luck.
We'll see. I mean,
I like how mad Peyton Manning got last night when Zach Wilson was
wish
there.
I would have been watching the Mannycast.
I prepared for Aaron Rodgers for 100 hours this week, and now I gotta watch fucking Zach Wilson, the motherfucker.
He was pissed, dude. Zach Wilson looked pretty bad there in the beginning. In the second half, he started looking a lot better.
Dude's got no snaps. What do you expect?
No,
It was all Aaron Rodgers.
Well, he gets scared back there, too.
And he loves to start here and then run back 30 yards and then loop back around and then throw it out of bounds. That's his favorite play.
That's what he does every fucking play. I can't stand it. Just another side note, little standout, dude. How about Puka Akua? Puka Akua for the Rams getting 15 targets and Cooper Kupp's place, man.
Well,
I think we found Stafford's new target.
Well, yeah, when Cooper Kupp's gone.
He only likes white guys. Dude,
He's
it's
racist.
so true, man. He's like, I don't like young people. They're on that TikTok, and I only throw to white guys. That is
how shitty was that? His wife just threw him under the bus
that
like
is
that.
Shitty, dude.
Dude, they had to do so much PR work to fix that.
Yeah.
And she's like, I guess I shouldn't have said that. Like, yeah, just because you have a podcast.
Yep.
I mean, we can talk about whatever the fuck we want. There's no repercussions.
Well, yeah,
I mean,
we're
there
not
can
married to an NFL
but
player.
Yeah, I mean, we can all get canceled at any time, I guess. But
but dude, the guy's got a hilarious name, Puka Akua, and then had a damn good game. So I just bring this up there for fantasy owners on the waiver wire. Look for it.
Yeah, speaking of fantasy, my team did fucking terrible if it wasn't for the Cowboys defense, which almost fucking won me the game.
Unbelievable, dude. I'm glad.
Literally, if Lamar Jackson scored 6 more points, I would have fucking won. It's upsetting.
Yeah.
All I needed was a touchdown.
Well, did you see in our league, we had at least, I think 4 games that ended under 10 points. I love it, man.
Yeah.
That's good fantasy.
Yeah.
Right
if
there.
it wasn't for that, it would have been 40 for me, but thank God for Dallas's defense.
Dallas's defense.
One of the greatest defensive
for you, dude.
Plays or defensive just outings I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It was incredible.
Unbelievable. I like the new defensive format, man.
Yeah, fucking slaughter.
It's going to make people try to target good defenses instead of just treating them like a regular spot.
Yeah, because they scored more than I think the only person who scored more than them was
Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
unbelievable. Well, people don't care about our fantasy league, but we're going to talk about it anyway.
Yeah,
Let's
but right
get
now
to
it's time to hear the one, the only John motherfucking Daly.
Grip it and rip it.
He about to grip it and rip it, baby.
I hit it hard, man. So far, man. No laying up, no holding back. Ain't afraid of nothing, it's a natural fact. I hit it long,
That's right. We hit it hard. John Daly hits it hard. And the man we were about to talk to hit it hard last night on the Jets. Literally and figuratively, because he turned on the Jets at the end of the game last night. It is Xavier Gipson, hero of Monday night and the Jets. Gibson's walk-off punt return in overtime was just the third in NFL history, joining Patrick Peterson in 2011 for the Cardinals and Tamarick Vanover, 1995, for your Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, wow. Never heard of that guy.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Now you don't know anything.
Yeah, I guess not. I was only...
The Jets' special teams weapon and Hard Knocks star almost didn't make the team.
Yeah.
Now he's a specialist, and he has... Oh, shit. Hold on. Now he has New York off to a 1-0 start because of his electric play. And everybody's like, who is Xavier Gipson? Because nobody really knows. I mean, he's basically a walk-on.
Yeah, if nobody watched Hard Knocks, it was awesome because they called him in there and they told him he made the team. It was a very emotional moment.
They fucked with him too, didn't
Yeah,
they?
they did.
They're like, hey, man, you did really good.
Yep.
And we just want to tell you, you made the team.
Yeah, you made the
It's
team.
like, why you guys got to do that to me, man?
It was a cool
Why you got to
moment.
play me like that?
But what a way to end the game, man. It was just nuts because I was just like, God damn, can Zach Wilson really march down there and get a field goal? That's all he needs. He doesn't need to.
I had a wide receivers parlay yardage bet that I was really excited about the fact that they made it into overtime because I needed like 10 yards from Davis and I needed 30 from Wilson. And I was like, oh, there's no way it's going to happen in overtime, but I need this overtime. And then, of course,
Just
nothing happens for the
Yep.
Bills. They punt it and it's over.
Hell yeah. Yeah, it's tough with those parlays. But, man, we just got to hand it to Xavier Gipson, rookie coming out there and just playing damn good, man. Just a punt return to
His first punt return that I remember watching that last night where I was like actually paying attention, he's got scary speed. He's
He
very
does.
like a water bug. Like,
And even the one to close out the game wasn't easy because there was a real good block, but the guy tried to get him.
Can we just say that the New York Giants punter should be getting raked over the coals for that tackle attempt at the end there?
The New York Giants punter? What do you, Buffalo Bills?
Oh,
punter?
Buffalo Bills. Sorry,
Okay,
shit.
gotcha.
Sorry, blue,
confusing
blue,
me.
red, and white.
Yep.
and then the New York game before, and it was all like 9/11. I'm all confused.
Oh,
yeah, the Bills punter.
For
Sorry.
just punting to him?
No, did you see? He was the last guy to try and tackle him.
Oh, yeah.
And he hit him with this little like,
Yeah.
and then somebody pushed him out of the way. It's just like, what are you doing, dude?
But it was like right there at the 10-yard line. He kind of had to like shift back the other
Yeah,
way. And it
cut
was a
that.
good move, man. So
Yeah.
I think
He's got vision for sure.
I definitely put the league on notice so I could see the rest of the league trying to punt away from him the rest of the year.
Yeah, but let's talk about why this guy is the daily dose of excellence.
Let's do
Because
it.
he hasn't had your standard path to the NFL. He's 22 years old from Dallas, Texas. He's 5'9", 189 pounds, so he's small for a wide receiver. He's going to be like a slot type guy if he does end up making it to the team on the offensive side of the ball. He was not heavily recruited out of high school. He was ranked as a 2-star prospect by 24/7 Sports, and he originally committed to Austin State University, but then he ended up going to I skipped something there. He originally committed to play cornerback at SMU, but flipped his decision to play wide receiver at Stephen F. Austin State University. He played 4 seasons for Stephen F. Austin, establishing himself as one of the best offensive weapons in the entire conference. He tallied 243 receptions, 4,305 receiving yards, and 37 touchdown receptions over 4 years, earning MAC Offensive Player of the Year back-to-back seasons as a junior and a senior. And then he went on to be undrafted this year and ended up getting picked by the New York Jets.
Yep, pretty
So,
amazing.
And
Yeah,
now
what a
here
story.
he is. Yeah, here he is. He's made it, and now he's the hero. So
Yep.
that is why he is the
He's
daily
the
dose of
daily
excellence this week.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
Yep, but we will be sharing a little highlight of last night's punt return because it was pretty amazing how the stadium it just goes like black, and then you just see all of the lights and the whole all the fans and the teammates are just like huddled around him, and it was a good moment for him. Pretty awesome.
Yeah, and also it's just like we said, he was like one of the highlights on Hard Knocks, so it was cool to see those guys rally around him and just be like, "Hey, dude, you fucking made it, man!
Yeah.
You fucking did it."
And I mean, you got to say too, on 9/11, the New York Jets should win. You know, for
Yeah.
going through the Rodgers thing, that's rough. I'm glad they ended up pulling it out for that
Yeah.
city.
it was nice to see for sure. So I'm glad to see it. I'm glad to see people who aren't normally the ones that should be the heroes of the game become the heroes and just run with it. So
I'm with it, man.
It was good to see.
Let's pay attention to Xavier Gipson the rest of the year.
Yeah, let's see how many more he gets. So
Right.
on that note, though, I haven't said that in a while. But
Yep.
we're at the end of the show.
We've done it.
51 is in the books. I'll cheers to you guys. I can't cheers to Chad because he has nothing to cheers with. But
Nope, not
cheers
tonight.
to you guys. If you made it this far again and you're watching or listening, please like and subscribe to us and rate us 5 stars. And as always, like, share, subscribe, and follow us on all things social media at @fringe_fanatics. Chad Lee, I love you, buddy.
I love you, buddy. That was fun.
Touch your hand to mine.
Good job.
Week 1 of the NFL is in the book. Sorry if my hand was clammy.
Nope, you're always clammy.
But week 1's over. Week 2 coming at you next week.
Vikings and Eagles, Thursday Night Football.
Yep, that's the next game, and it's episode 52. So next week, the big year's here. We love you guys. Toodles.